So now we're going to demonstrate the attack in practice. The Windows machine will represent our victim. Now, as you can see, as a virus scanner, it's running Microsoft Security Essentials, and it is fully updated. First, the hacker is going to prepare himself in order to execute the attack. One of the commands he'll use is Metasploit. Now, it takes a while to start, so we're going to run this in advance. The most important part of the attack is the website the hacker will imitate. In this case, we will make an exact copy of the website of TEDxUHasselt, but we will also include a small part that will load a virus. In this case, this is the code that will load the virus on the victim machine. And what I will actually do is check if the victim is running Windows, if it's running OS X, or if it's running Linux. And depending on the operating system, it will load the appropriate virus. Now, as you can see, here we have the virus for OS X, here we have the virus for Windows, and this is the virus for Linux. So we're going to assume the hacker is running the website on his own machine, and the following command starts the website. The second thing we need to do is we need to configure our machine in order to accept incoming connections from the virus. Because what will actually happen is if the virus starts on the victim machine, it will try to connect back to the attacker to inform the attacker that the attack was successful. Now, how this is done is using a handler. And this handler is actually a small program that will accept incoming connections. Now, in this case, we know that our victim is running Windows, so we can simply tell it, alright, the victim machine will be Windows, the virus we are sending to the victim is called meterpreter, and in our case it will connect back using reverse TCP. Now we need to set a few additional parameters in order for this to work correctly, and then we can start the handler. So now if the virus tries to connect back to our hacker, we will be able to accept the connection. So the victim is now going to read his email. He's going to see the forged email we have sent him. And as you can see, the email indeed looks quite realistic at first sight. If you look at the sender of the email, it actually looks like it comes from the official TEDxUHasselt organization. And it includes a realistic reason of why you should click on the following link. Now, this link looks almost exactly as if it were going to the real website of TEDxUHasselt, except that there's no dot between www and uhasselt.be, meaning this will actually go to the website of the hacker. Now, he made an identical copy of the website, so this looks quite real, except that it now asks us to run an application, and that application is actually the virus. Now, our victim has received an email from the official organization. He's now visiting the website of the university he trusts, so he thinks, alright, no harm, let's simply run this. Now it has already happened. The virus is running and it has connected back to our hacker. Now, of course, because it's a virus, no program will actually be loaded here, but we're just going to assume that our victim ignores this and he or she thinks something else is wrong, and the victim simply ignores this. And of course, he just goes on with his work without noticing anything. The hacker, on the other hand, has received an incoming connection from the virus and can now fully control that computer. So this is a small little thing to show you that's indeed working. A lot more interesting is simply taking a screenshot of the victim. So as you can see, the hacker is indeed able to take a screenshot of the desktop of the victim. Now, another interesting thing the hacker can do is check which files are on your computer. Now here you'll recognize some of the common directories that are on Windows, like program files on, of course, Windows itself. Another interesting directory is project. So let's see what's inside that. Well, there's only one file called projectplan.pdf. So, and as an example, it's very easy to download files from the victim machine onto our computer. There you go. So if we look at this document, we see it's supposed to be a confidential document that we shouldn't be able to read, but because we hacked this computer, we can. But that's not what we want. What we want is to be able to read the emails, every message our victim has sent, basically. Now, this is possible by logging every key the victim presses. So, let's say our victim goes to gmail.com. He enters his email address. And of course, he also enters his password. And he tries to log in. Now, of course, this is just a little proof of concept, so this email address is fake. But the point is that the hacker is able to log every button you press. So it can simply ask, alright, which buttons did the victim press? And you can see the victim typed GM, which is the beginning of Gmail. Then it went to the website. It typed the email address test.test.be, and it then typed the password. So we now have access to his email. But there's in fact a lot more that we can do. Another thing we can do is simply record his microphone. Because most laptops these days have a built-in microphone, so this is actually very realistic. So let's record the microphone of the victim for 10 seconds. There we go. And now it's recording. As you can see, we indeed have noise in the background. The 10 seconds are now over, so the audio has been saved. And if we look at it, we will indeed notice that the sound has been recorded, as you can see here. Now, even more drastically than simply recording the sound, it is possible to actually record the webcam that the victim might have. Now, in this little demonstration, we're not going to show how to do this. So now, as a hacker, we can see all the files of the victim. We can log every key that he presses. We can even record meetings that he's having. Say he's having a very secret meeting. Nothing is written down about it, but we still know about it because we can simply record such secret meetings. So we have all the information we need, and to finish things, we're simply going to mess a little bit with our victim. One of the things the hacker can also do is simply remotely shut down his computer. Wait, that's the wrong command. Shut down. As you can see, the computer of the victim is indeed shutting down.